Hey there. It's another beautiful day. Let's watch some stuff.
I will build an iron dome over our country, a state-of-the-art missile defense shield made in the USA. We do it for other countries. We help other countries. We don't do it for ourselves. We need it too. You know, Reagan proposed that many years ago, Star Wars. He proposed it many, many years ago, but at that time there was no technology. It was just like it looked good. But we have unbelievable technology. We shoot them down. I've seen so many things. I've seen shots that you wouldn't even believe. Missile launched. They go, missile launched, and you hear a bell go. I mean, I see this. It's so incredible. And these guys, these geniuses, they go, these are not muscle guys here. They're muscle guys up here, right? And they calmly walk to a seat. Ding, 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 ding. They've only got 17 seconds to figure this whole thing out, right? Boom. Okay. Missile launch. Pshing, boom. And we don't have it here.
So what I've learned about Trump is that he doesn't speak in complete sentences all the time. He'll get half a sentence out and think of something else and be incapable of not saying it. And I find that absolutely fantastic. I am the same way. If you could see my outtakes while I'm here doing this, you would lose your mind because it takes me a very long time to do this. I have issues, like thoughts just come out of nowhere and I can't even stop them. I have to say them. This thought just pops in my head and oh, there comes the words. I can't do it. As far as the dome, an iron dome over our country sounds a little ridiculous, but I don't think he means like, I'm gonna build an iron dome. I think he means like missile protection kind of thing, probably everywhere. And if he actually does mean like a proper iron dome, I got nothing. 'Cause damn.
All right, so you know about Elon Musk uploading his consciousness to the cloud and having a conversation with himself? And then you guys know my theory on artificial intelligence, that it's just a bunch of human consciousnesses uploaded to the cloud, memory wiped, and that's AI? Well, listen to this.
Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity, with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time.
Look, they're already doing predictive programming with the show Upload, and countless episodes of Black Mirror on Netflix has uploading of the consciousness. We already know that when it comes to AI, if we don't merge with machine, then we're going to be called
the useless class.
Technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up.
We already know they're way ahead in technology, so what if ever since MK Ultra, they've been doing tests and uploading people's consciousness? They could be collecting data of how humans interact, but what if it's even more than that? I've always heard AI referred to as superhuman intelligence. Human intelligence. I'm thinking that they're just taking our minds, erasing our memory, and putting us all together to make some superhuman intelligence. What do you think?
All right, so hear me out here. What if that has already happened? So we're already in this hive mind, right? And inside of this hive mind, we have created what we believe is to be AI. And then we have this means, or Elon Musk had this means to download his consciousness and then have a conversation with himself, right? What if that's the means of becoming free? It's weird. It's a little bass-ackwards, I know, but that's an interesting thing. Or what if it's like Inception, where you become deeper into this into this hive mind? You go into a hive mind, and then we put ourselves even deeper into it. I just think it's terrifying a little bit, isn't it?
To give you an idea of the amount of different gray species that have been reported, we have the short grays, who are 3.5 to 5 feet tall and who are mostly used as working robots by the greys themselves and by other ET species. The tall greys, who are 6 to 8.5 feet tall, come in shades that vary from pale to gray and have huge human-like eyes underneath their membrane lenses. And the taller greys, standing at 9 to 12 feet tall and having elongated heads with small, pure black eyes. Their frame resembles more that of a human. The men are naturally muscular, they have darker gray skin tones, and their facial skin is wrinkled.
Want to hear a story? So over the last few days, I have been taking all of my videos from YouTube and copying them over to Rumble, which is another platform kind of like YouTube, a little bit different, but still cool. And over there, I got a comment from the mystical chap that said that there are as many as 8 different types of gray aliens. And they went into such detail on it. I had to bring it to everybody and let everybody know about it. This doesn't cover all 8 of them. I think they only covered 4, but I only knew about 2 or 3. And I can't even 100% say that I knew about 3. So it was most likely 2. And I just thought it was absolutely fantastic knowing that there are so many different types of gray aliens. It's not exactly the same as the mystical chap said on my comments, but it's still pretty cool knowing.
1946, techniques were developed that triggered rain and snowfall in places that wouldn't have gotten any otherwise. This became known as cloud seeding. It works by dispersing dry ice, salt, or silver iodide into clouds to alter their microphysical processes. In the early 60s, the US government began testing cloud seeding on hurricanes to learn if it was possible to weaken them. Rocket canisters of silver iodide were dropped from aircraft into the storm's eye, and gun-like devices mounted on the wings also sprayed the stuff onto the clouds. Initially, the tests seemed to work. Wind speeds were cut, and in some cases, the hurricane eye walls even fell apart. Today, 37 countries are operating weather modification programs to enhance rainfall or suppress hail, or both. Man's effort to control precipitation isn't stopping anytime soon, even though we have little understanding of the unintended consequences.
So if we've had this technology for this long, why is there constantly a drought situation in California and other states? If it can be fixed, why isn't it being fixed? It's almost as if they know the dangers of this silver iodide crap that they're pumping into the sky.
The Galactics are currently helping build a space fleet for planet Earth.
Yes.
Group of benevolent leaders on Earth from different countries. They all form a group called the Earth Alliance. And the Earth Alliance members are really positive-oriented members of humanity who wish for humanity to unite. The Earth Alliance represents humanity. Although humanity has not collectively agreed to meet the extraterrestrials, but the Earth Alliance is making preparations for the timeline when humanity collectively reaches that point when we are ready to meet our galactic family. By the time that happens, they're not wasting any time in the higher dimensions. They're already helping our government officials by helping us build whole fleets of space vehicles, including like Star Trek kind of galaxy class vehicles capable of going from point A in this galaxy to point B, like traveling very long distances. Literally fuses point A in space to point B and folds space and time for these 2 points to meet for a split second. And in that split second, they are able to travel into that other portal. By the time Earth ascends in the next decade or so, we already have a space fleet ready to go.
It's things like that that make me wonder if that's why Trump decided, hey, this is why we're going to make a space force, because it's time to have people that are going to be like part of this galactic federation, right? I don't know. It just sounds like they could easily go together, doesn't it?
But did you see the lady that actually proved the Mandela effect is a government experiment?
So she was able to prove this.
Yeah, so one of the most popular Mandela effects is the Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect, where everybody remembers there being a cornucopia on the logo of Fruit of the Loom clothing, but apparently there's not. And this lady was super convinced that there used to be a cornucopia on the logo, but Fruit of the Loom came out and said that they've never had a cornucopia, basically just calling this lady crazy. And Fruit of the Loom even has a post of all the past logos they had all the way back to like 1893. And basically basically they're trying to prove that they've never had a cornucopia on their logo. But then someone came out and they actually have photo proof of this, that they found a piece of clothing in their closet with the cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom logo. And then after this, people did more digging and they actually found newspaper articles talking about Fruit of the Loom and how there's a cornucopia around it.
Wait, so this is like the first Mandela effect to really be confirmed?
Yeah, then they literally found government documents of the Fruit of the Loom company mentioning a cornucopia, showing that the cornucopia has been a part of the company. So they can't say it's never existed. And since this lady has been able to prove this Mandela effect wrong, people now think that the government has been using the Mandela effect to try to see how much history they could erase without the population knowing.
The government might come after you now for saying that.
I know we had talked about this once upon a time, a long, long time ago, but I thought it was super fantastic and I wanted to bring it up again because it's very obvious that they were trying to see if they could get this one over on people, right? The company themselves was like, no, absolutely not. And then she's like, yeah, here it is. Hello. And then that little expedition failed. But it's still, little things are changing here and there. And I think that's how they got rid of the Tartarian Empire. A little bit at a time. Before you know it, they're gone, right? Never even happened. We're doing it right now where we just delete parts of our history because apparently it's offensive. It happened. Deal with it. You can't take it away. You can't hide it and pretend it didn't happen. It happened. There was a cornucopia. There was a civil war.
Stop scrolling. U.S. government warns of human DNA being used as a bioweapon. You could take someone's DNA and design a weapon that could kill them. House Intelligence Committee member warns people not to share health data with sites like 23andMe because it can be used as a program for new bioweapons to target them. You could pause and read. Now, this is a disclaimer. I'm not telling you to not use these things because I've obviously used them, and I'm going to get me another DNA kit because I want to see what's in my blood. Nevertheless, I'm just reporting. The fact that we're in the day and age where weaponry is getting so sophisticated that you can utilize one's DNA as a weapon shows how we're getting into the days of Noah, literally tampering with the human DNA. Jesus is coming soon. If you don't know him, get to know him.
Sometimes I see crap like this and it makes me regret my decisions, like doing that Ancestry.com thing. Now they have my DNA just in case they want to target me. I mean, not that I think they would target me for any reason. They're not going to find my DNA at any crime scenes or anything like that and trace it back to me or need to use it to target me. But that is absolutely insane that they can use DNA to target people. There's weapons they are working on, or they already have weapons that can target specific genetic structure. That's insane.
The corporation that people send their DNA to, which is the largest single database of human DNA in the world, is now 75% owned by Blackstone, one of the largest private equity firms in the world, which owns a ton of stocks in major companies like Big Pharma, and is completely tied in cahoots with governments worldwide and the World Economic Forum. Now owns 75% of a company that is the largest DNA database in the world. What could possibly go wrong? I don't know if enough people have read the fine print of these companies like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, and more. People are giving them ownership of their DNA, and they can change the terms and conditions at any time. Your DNA is your genetic blueprint. Don't be giving it away. And the unfortunate thing is if any of your family members have already done the Ancestry or 23andMe DNA sample, then this company already owns a piece of your DNA from your relatives. Who knows where this could go?
So that was like way worse than the video before. Blackstone now owns it. Now, I didn't know who Blackstone was, so I had to do some research. I've heard of Blackstone like the barbecue grill, which is ridiculously overpriced, flat cooking outside thing. And I've heard of BlackRock. So I had to find out what the difference was. And this is the difference.
The Blackstone that was founded by Schwartzman brought a guy named Larry Fink into the game that founded BlackRock. So Larry Fink comes into the game under Schwartzman and says, hey, I want to start this other company. I want you to invest in it. And Schwartzman says no. Schwartzman's company's worth $1 trillion. The new guy coming in, being mentored, ends up building another company called BlackRock that's worth 11 times the money. I think what's going on right now with the Fed and the interest rates and all that, they're trying to put pressure on Blackstone. Like BlackRock's trying to consume Blackstone.
So BlackRock is this company that's got their fingers in everybody's pie, right? They own a little bit of everything. And Blackstone is a little older than BlackRock, and BlackRock basically came from Blackstone, kind of, sort of, I guess. And now they're trying to like just absorb them, right? They want Blackstone to no longer be. They want Blackstone to all become BlackRock, which will make them even more powerful. So then they will own this DNA database. And then, like I said, they have access to just about any technology you can possibly think of with which to do whatever they want with this DNA. That's crazy. Just boggles the mind, makes me go a little bit crazy thinking about the possible things that could happen. But I'm going to think about it later because I'm calling it today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come on back tomorrow. We'll watch some new stuff. I'm going to say different things, and it's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.